The Amazon may be a stunning natural wonder, but it also has the ability to turn any moment into a terrifying adventure. Mainly because of the bizarre critters it hides. Be it their shocking appearances or frightening insights. Hang on to see the creatures that will leave you stunned.
This fish is 10.5 feet. Check this out.
Chupacabra. In this footage, a recent sighting of the legendary Chupacabra was captured in a small town. These mythical beings are part of many historic stories and are known for their unusual appearance. They are often described as having sharp teeth, glowing eyes, and a spiky back. This thing in the video looked like a monster as it walked looking for something. This specific sighting left the locals both fascinated and concerned, as the Chupacabra has been part of folklore for many years. Though the Chupacabra is mostly known from stories, this sighting made people question whether the creature could be real. Strange tentacled creature. I don't know about you, but tentacles are really creepy for me. I mean, check out this clip. A biologist exploring the Amazon rainforest stumbled upon a strange sight. At first glance, it seemed like just another tree trunk, as it was camouflaged perfectly with the surrounding jungle. But suddenly, it blinked, and the biologist realized it wasn't a tree at all. Large, octopus-like tentacles began to move, and it was suddenly moving across the forest floor. This creature was unlike any octopus ever documented. It had a rough texture that resembled bark, yet it was clearly alive and in motion. What a bizarre sighting, right? Could it be from another planet? I mean, I don't think octopus on Earth can survive outside water. Behemoth crocodile. Let's now talk about crocodiles. Well, this specific one. A colossal crocodile was found chilling somewhere by an African river. It measures over 20 feet in length and weighs nearly a ton. This reptile is the largest crocodile ever recorded. This impressive creature belongs to a species known as a behemoth, which means giant. Behemoths are like ancient versions of modern crocodiles, believed to be related to even larger reptiles that roamed the earth millions of years ago. These giant creatures once inhabited long-forgotten rivers, and it was said that these behemoths guarded the secrets of the ancient world. The yakumama. Deep within the Amazon rainforest, there lives a legendary creature known as the yakumama, or Mother of Waters. It was caught on camera recently by some locals. This enormous serpent is said to dwell in the Amazon River and nearby streams. Locals believe it can grow to over 100 feet long, with some stories claiming lengths of up to 160 feet. When the yakumama rests on the riverbanks, its vast body can appear like a small hill. It is described as having a massive head, fiery eyes, and a mouth capable of swallowing boats and even people whole. Yakumama is known to protect its territory. What might happen if someone ventured too close to it? Titanoboa. An Australian man was left speechless as he spotted a giant snake slithering through a local lake. Its thick serpentine body moving through the water looks strikingly similar to a giant anaconda. These things are normally found in South America, so seeing a creature of this size in Australia is nothing short of astonishing. Of course, the person is left in disbelief. I mean, who wouldn't be after seeing that thing? He must be wondering if what he saw was truly an anaconda, or perhaps another large snake species native to the region. Some think it's Titanoboa, which is an extinct snake species believed to be 70 feet huge. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Doglike mystery. Moving on, we have this weird-looking creature that was spotted grazing on the ground in Egypt, which captured the attention of many viewers. This animal looked unlike any known species. It looked like a dog walking on all four. It had a long neck and face that set it apart from local wildlife. This was such an unusual appearance that I could not think of any other animal that resembles this mysterious being. It had a long body that also kind of looks comical. Experts on Reddit have examined the video, speculating that the creature could be a rare or even unknown species, or maybe a hybrid. Great Argus Pheasant. In this video, we see a man exploring the dense Amazon rainforest when he comes across a great Argus pheasant. If you are not aware of it, it's a really rare bird, which is known for its grand size and eye-catching tail feathers. They usually avoid human contact, which makes this video interesting. As the man cautiously approaches, something unexpected happens. The pheasant starts behaving more like a calm pet than a wild animal, and allows him to pick it up without resistance. The great Argus pheasant is not only beautiful, but also famous for its movements and elaborate displays during mating season. They are typically found deep in Southeast Asia's forests, and such encounters are rare. Alien insects.
Outside in town. In the comments.
If you are anything like me, you are also creeped out by worms. And believe me, you have not seen a worm like this before. The footage shows something weird on a tree branch. It was captured by a man taking his usual stroll. Instead of the typical worms or caterpillars, he found creatures that resembled living ribbons, twisting and stretching in ways bacteria multiply. These strange beings have fluid movements, and they appear to float rather than cling to the tree. They have bright, glowing colors, and it is kind of beautiful. The man was left wondering if he had encountered some kind of alien insect, as it was nothing he'd ever seen before. Mysterious bird. This clip was captured by a man who came across a strange bird-like creature scaling a tree. When it paused to look at him, he realized how amazing its features were. I mean, just look at it. Its features were so rare. It looked like a bird, but was walking on all four, and it also had hair around its neck everywhere. Its shape was weird, and the whole bird was just brown, which was rare. Could this be the rare heron, or possibly even a bird from prehistoric times? The bird even made eye contact with the person. But that was all, and it quickly vanished into the thick forest again. Giant sturgeon.
It's official. That's my biggest of the year right there.
In this clip, two fishermen managed to catch a colossal sturgeon, which is an ancient fish often called a living fossil. As they lift the massive creature from the water, they notice it isn't moving at all. The sturgeon has its rough skin and visible scars, and it seems to carry the weight of many years in the wild. Although the fish appears to be either unconscious or lifeless, the fishermen decide to leave it in the water, unsure of what could happen next. Could this mysterious giant come back to life with a touch of the water? Massive catfish. Holding a fish that is even bigger and longer than the man itself. He made it to the internet. It was actually a catfish that he captured unintentionally in a Spanish river. At first, spotting it swimming nearby his kayak, the man, noticing his huge size, decided to capture it. And man, was he right about the huge size. I mean, look at it. It almost takes the entirety of the frame. While catfish are usually considered to weigh around 58 pounds, the fishermen claimed it was double their average size. And this is what made them a rare and remarkable fish of the river. Decomposed cryptid. Moving on, we have this person who stumbled upon a strange creature lying on the ground, with its body in the process of decomposing. Now, any normal person would just keep going, but not him. The unpleasant smell didn't deter his curiosity, and he moved closer to investigate. Just look how weird this thing looks. Its sharp teeth caught the light, which hints that it might have been a fierce predator. The fur was tangled and dull, which made it hard to determine the animal's species when it was alive. Do you think it could be one of those mysterious cryptids people often talk about? Creatures said to exist but never proven? Giant spider. In this video, a group of hikers in Australia were on their regular trail when they came across this enormous spider making its way across the ground. Just look how big this spider truly is. It features long, slender legs and a thick, hairy body. It was moving slowly. The whole thing was captured by the trail camera and was posted on Reddit recently. People are amazed at its size. Some say it could have been poisonous. They really dodged a bullet there. Hybrid dog. Back in 2023, workers in Hangzhou, China, found a drainage canal while they were digging for a tunnel. Inside, there was a creature that had black, bald skin and a long snout that looked like a mix between a dog and a pig. Its teeth and face were hidden. What even was this thing? An even stranger thing was that its hands seemed somewhat human-like, leading some onlookers to speculate that it resembled a werewolf or a lycanthrope. The creature was quickly handed over to scientists for further investigation, but no updates on their findings have emerged yet. Vampire bats.
Oh my God.
Now let's explore a zoo in North Carolina that houses vampire bats. These are really fascinating creatures known for their nighttime activity. Now you must be thinking all bats come out at night. But did you know these bats feed on the blood of sleeping animals like cows and horses, and sometimes even humans? When they approach their food, they land quietly and walk on 4 legs. With sharp but limited teeth, they rely on a special heat sensor to detect warm blood. After finding their target, they bite and drink blood for about 30 minutes. While vampire bats can harm their hosts, their bites may lead to infections due to their saliva, which prevents blood from clotting, making it easier for them to feed. Tentacle creature. A man on a rafting adventure noticed something strange rising from the river. It was a huge black creature that broke the surface. From the footage, we can see that it had long, swaying tentacles. The man paddled closer to get a better look. The thing was pitch black and was also huge. It's like the thing was made of different creatures, like a Portuguese man of war. But as he approached, the creature began to move even more. When the video was shared online, people called the man lucky to come out alive of this weird creature's territory, because not just looking mythical, this for sure was a person's worst nightmare come true. Diamondback rattlesnake.
Is he gone?
This next footage showed a terrifying encounter with an eastern diamondback rattlesnake, which is one of North America's largest venomous snakes. This snake has distinctive diamond-shaped markings. In the video, the snake suddenly appeared as he tried to move away. In a panic, the rattlesnake slithered into the man's leg. Just imagine how scary that must have been. Desperately, he flicked its tail in an attempt to distract it, but the snake stayed focused and coiled. But that was all. And the guy at last managed to get the snake away from him. Well, isn't all's well if it ends well. Giant crayfish.
I've caught crayfish before, but nothing like this.
Exploring the Amazon rainforest can be quite exciting. Imagine stumbling upon a giant crayfish hiding beneath a fallen log, just like Jeremy did. Unlike the small ones he's used to seeing, this crayfish is much larger. On closer look, he discovers it's a female, with a cluster of eggs attached underneath. Crayfish usually live in streams and lakes, hiding under rocks or logs, and they're most active at night. This one, however, was preparing for her breeding season. You can imagine how fascinating it must be to see a rare sight of a creature in the wild, carrying the future generation with her. Giant toad.
So when a predator looks at something like this, it's going, no way, dog. No way I can swallow that thing whole.
In this video, this wildlife explorer is hiking through a dense forest when he unexpectedly comes across a massive toad resting by a stream. The toad's rough, bumpy skin almost blends into the forest floor with its dark green color. The man moved closer, carefully recalling the toad's dangerous nature. With steady hands, he picked it up, and there it was, the epic moment of the toad giving a stare to the guy. The big bulging eyes indicate that the toad clearly does not like to be held up. The guy got lucky as that was all, and the animal did not show his hidden powers. 7-foot sawfish.
Here we go. My first sawfish.
In this footage, Drake, a marine biologist, was on a quest to find a rare sawfish. After days of searching, one night, he finally spotted a magnificent sawfish gliding through the water. This thing was about 7 feet, which made it one of the biggest ones caught on camera. With care, Drake managed to catch it, and he was fascinated by its unique long snout lined with sharp, saw-like teeth. He took time to observe and record its features. After making sure the sawfish is unharmed, he released it back into the ocean. Amazonian monster.
This way. No, okay, this way. Is he done?
A fisherman and his guide cautiously approached a magnificent creature in the Amazon River. This creature is known as the mighty arapaima. It is known for its shining, armor-like scales. The arapaima is a true giant of the river, as it often grows up to 8 feet long and weighing up to 440 pounds. Despite its peaceful nature, its immense size and strength make it a force to be reckoned with. This ancient fish has thrived for over 250 million years, thanks to its incredibly tough scales, which can even deflect piranha bites. Can you believe that? As Steve watches, the arapaima remains calm, but its power is undeniable. Mermaid. The footage captured a group of fishermen who had cast their nets into the deep waters, expecting to haul in their usual catch. However, this time, the net felt unusually heavy. As they pulled it onto the boat, they were left speechless by what they found. Instead of the typical fish, they had caught a mermaid. It had a human-like torso and a shining serpentine tail. The sight was breathtaking. But the real question now is, what could this discovery mean for the legends we have all heard since childhood about mermaids? Well, it sure means that there was some truth to it. Black Pacu.
It has got teeth, but they're not piranha teeth.
Back in 2021, fishermen in Papua New Guinea were faced with an alarming situation while out at sea. From the footage, we can see that they were unexpectedly attacked by a dangerous predator. To their surprise, it turns out to be a Pacu fish. This thing is native to South America. Pacus have unique features that set them apart from other fish. Instead of sharp teeth for tearing meat, they possess flat, robust teeth that act like grinders. These allow them to crush hard substances like nuts that fall into the water. Though they primarily eat plants, these powerful fish can cause minor injuries with their strong teeth. Once those grinders start working, there is no saving the prey. It is also a potential risk for fishermen. Thailand monster. This shot shows a Thai fisherman who encountered a formidable challenge. He had to reel in a massive fish weighing around 297 pounds. The sheer size of the catch made it difficult to handle, and he struggled to maintain a firm grip. Once he successfully lifted the heavy fish, he placed it onto his boat, but the weight caused the vessel to tilt slightly. And why wouldn't it? Anyways, despite all the struggle he had to go through, the fisherman was at last successful in catching what the people called the Thailand monster. Fighting fish.
That is a serious sized goonch. That is a man-sized.
In this video, these fishermen hooked a massive fish. But the fish was not giving up so easily. It put up an incredible fight. After what feels like a long battle, he finally triumphed, pulling the fish out of the water. Just look how huge the fish was. It has to be. I mean, it was a 4 feet long goonch fish. These fish are known for their muscular bodies and huge sizes. And again, it's their incredible size that makes them a threat for both humans and other marine animals. Giant ray. A giant stingray weighing 661 pounds was recently caught in the Mekong River in Cambodia, making it the largest freshwater fish ever recorded. This new record beats the previous one held by a 646-pound Mekong giant catfish caught in Thailand in 2005. Interestingly, there is no official record-keeping system for the largest freshwater fish, so this discovery is particularly notable. The Mekong River, which flows through several countries in Southeast Asia, is home to many species but faces threats from overfishing, pollution, and dams. Biologist Zeb Hogan called the catch a positive sign for conservation efforts and emphasized the need to protect the fragile ecosystem of the Mekong River. Fish like this stingray play a crucial role in maintaining the river's health and biodiversity. Rock python. A big snake was recently spotted in a lake near an undisclosed village, and it turns out to be an African rock python. Known for their ability to eat large animals, these pythons can take down prey as big as hyenas and antelopes. African rock pythons are the largest snakes in Africa, reaching lengths of up to 16 feet and weighing around 121 pounds. While they can climb trees, they usually prefer to stay on the ground and are excellent swimmers. It might be hard to breathe, but African rock pythons do not have venom. Instead, they use constriction to catch their prey. Impressive, right? Kayaking with manatees. In this footage, a group of friends was enjoying a day of kayaking on a clear lake in Florida. Suddenly, a big manatee swam underneath their kayak. This gentle giant moved quietly through the water. Manatees are often referred to as sea cows. This impressive can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh around 100 pounds. These herbivorous animals primarily feed on plants like seagrass. This makes them an essential part of their aquatic ecosystem. But you better stay away from them, because a slight feeling of a lurking threat. And they'll turn from docile to one of the most feisty creatures you'll ever meet. Giant clam. In the Pacific Ocean, you can find the giant clam, one of the largest clams in the world. This thing weighs up to 200 kilograms. Amazing, right? But there is a lot more to it than just weight. What makes this thing cool is its brightly colored features, thanks to the algae living inside it and its own natural pigments. Giant clams usually reside on the ocean floor, often near broken coral and coral sand. They can be spotted in regions like China, Malaysia, and the Philippines. Giant clams are like filter feeders. They consume plankton by taking in water and filtering out food particles. They have a special relationship with the algae within them. The algae use sunlight to produce energy, and their waste provides essential nutrients for the clam. What a unique connection, right? Alligator gar.
Look at this! Giant!
On a walk around the lakes in Oklahoma, a man spotted this massive alligator gar that is even bigger than he is. Alligator gars are the largest fish, and yes, they are not real alligators. It's a fish from the gar family and prefers to live in slow-moving waters, though they can also thrive in salt water. One of the interesting features of alligator gars is their thick air bladder, which acts like a lung. This adaptation allows them to breathe when oxygen levels in the water are low, enabling them to extract up to 70% of their oxygen from the air. However, it's important to note that their eggs are toxic to humans, which serves as an extra layer of protection against predators. This encounter with the alligator gar leads us to wonder, What other remarkable adaptations do fish have to survive in their environments? Unidentified creature. During a boat ride, a creature suddenly emerged from the water, flapping its wings. Instead of flying into the air, it appeared to be flying underwater. Now that is really creepy. I haven't seen anything like this before. The creature moved very gracefully, with its wings creating ripples on the water's surface. Do you have any idea what this thing could be? Because I am really excited to find out. Forest cryptid. In this footage, a man hiking through the forests of Minas Gerais recorded this thing in his camera. It was lurking behind the trees. This mysterious creature looked very unsettling. The being seemed to sense the man's presence. It slowly moved to stay out of clear view. The man managed to record it, but the creature's identity remains a mystery. It had a humanoid shape, but it was also unusually tall and thin. Locals were puzzled, with some offering theories about cryptids, while others believe it's a skinwalker. But what it really was remains a mystery. Giant figure. In this video, a group of friends set up a camera to capture the nightlife in the Congolese forest. What they found in the footage, however, was beyond anything they expected. It was a figure resembling a dinosaur, and it was slowly moving through the trees. Everyone who has seen it is really puzzled by this creature's presence. Was this an undiscovered species, or perhaps something long thought to be extinct? Sifaka sighted. The video shows us a sifaka, which is seen making an impressive leap across a forest path in Madagascar. This strange being is known for its remarkable jumping skills. They are actually primates that can leap from tree to tree, sometimes covering over 30 feet in one bound. They playfully hop sideways on the ground, which is just as unique as their movements through the trees. Sifakas have fluffy white fur and distinctive markings. It really is a very beautiful sight. They typically live in small family groups and communicate with each other through a range of sounds. These primates play an important role in their environment by spreading seeds and promoting plant growth. Huge snake. In this footage, a massive snake was spotted deep in a forest in Nepal, causing quite a stir among hikers and locals. The snake is much larger than anything they had encountered before, hence the reason it drew immediate attention. The video is a little blurry, but the thing is definitely huge, almost 20 feet long. The sighting also attracted wildlife experts, who were curious to observe this unusual snake firsthand. Could this be an undiscovered species? Flying lemur.
Awas ngali, cepet awas ngali.
In this video, a man was enjoying a walk in a peaceful area when he spotted a creature that hopped like a frog, but had bat-like wings. What an intriguing creature, right? He snapped a picture just as the creature tried to escape. From the picture, we can see that it has a long, snake-like tongue. The man was puzzled by its strange features and later discovered that it was a Dermoptera, or flying lemur. Despite its name, flying lemurs aren't true lemurs, but are closely related. They jump from tree to tree, and it feels like they are flying using their wings to cover long distances. And their long tongues help them eat fruits and leaves. It really is a very fascinating creature. I would like to keep one as a pet. Bigfoot spotted. In this footage, a villager from a small African village made a really interesting discovery while near the water. He noticed something large moving. When he looked closer, they couldn't believe his eyes when he saw Bigfoot splashing around. The creature was massive, covered in thick fur, and had enormous teeth that sparkled in the sunlight. When Bigfoot spotted the villager, They locked eyes for a brief moment, and you could see that both were equally surprised by this meeting. Then, with a sudden splash, Bigfoot turned and vanished into the nearby trees. Strange half-fish. In this footage, someone was in an aquarium in Australia when they spotted something strange swimming in one of the tanks. Initially thinking it was merely a reflection, he soon realized it was a fish with its half-body missing. Can you believe it? The fish had no face, just a half-body and a tail, yet it glided effortlessly through the water, resembling something out of a horror story, almost like a zombie fish. But the reality is a bit disappointing, because not a zombie, but a normal fish whose muscles were still spasming even after everything it has gone through. Chupacabra sighting. Next up, we follow a man parked in his car near the fields when he notices a creature that looks very much like a dog. But when looked closely, it turns out to be the Chupacabra. This is a legendary creature famous for its bizarre look. It is tall on long legs. The Chupacabra has an ancient gaze that seems to hold countless secrets. The creature stops just a few feet away from the car, staring directly at the man as if it's examining him. What a scary-looking creature, right? The Chupacabra was completely unbothered by his presence. The subscriber's pick. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day.
This fish is 10.5 feet, probably 500, maybe 600 pounds.
Look at this swamp thing that seems to come straight out of a Jurassic Park movie. The armored sturgeon is truly a fish, unlike any other. It is like a real-life aquatic dinosaur. This massive freshwater creature can grow to incredible sizes and live much longer than most fish. In a viral TikTok video with over 33 million views, fisherman Yves Bisson showed off his catch, a whopping 10.5 feet, 500 to 600 pound sturgeon in the Fraser River, British Columbia. Bisson said it's the biggest fish he's ever seen. Sturgeon typically grow between 7 and 12 feet long, feeding on shellfish and smaller fish, using stealth rather than speed to hunt.